today's JMO with Josh and Joe, we have free agency frenzy. It's hard to figure out where to start, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have all of that information piled on you in 30 hours. Like, what do you do? How does your brain process that?
I don't know. I think this is an Adam Scheftner or Ian Rappaport type of question.
Dude, this is like Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport just like going into the gladiator ring. This is their championship.
Yes.
It really is.
This is their Super Bowl.
This is their Super Bowl. So we go into Joe and I play a little game with the running back free agency. It was kind of fun, actually.
Yep.
We had a good time because there's so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't touch on all of them, so we played a game with it.
See whether the team upgraded or downgraded.
Upgraded, downgraded. Then that's when we start with all the other free agent signings. We do it in chronological order, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So we start with the Baker Mayfield, and then we go down.
Down the list.
Down the list, there are some very, very surprising ones. Very surprising ones. And we go through offense and defense. We don't discriminate here.
Yep. Nope.
Do not discriminate. Then after, 45 minutes of NFL talk?
It maybe took a lot.
It was good. No, it was like, and honestly, we could have gone for an hour and a half.
We could talk some football.
We can talk some football. Anyways, after that, we go to the NBA. Dude, Karl Anthony Towns going out kind of sucks.
Big blow.
Big blow. Apparently Ben Simmons is out for the season. I didn't know that.
Didn't know he was here.
Same. Then we get some Pelicans talk. Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy's on a fucking heater.
Whoop, whoop.
Do some college basketball talk. It's mostly what? SEC conference tournament talk.
A little SEC conference tourney.
We kind of break down our prediction on the SEC conference tournament talk. A little bit of March Madness preview.
We're starting to get into that season.
It's about that season. It's March, baby.
All right. Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to JMO with Justin Joe. It is Tuesday, March 12th, and Joe, I don't know where to begin, man. This NFL free agent frenzy has got me all jumbled up.
Yeah, this free agent frenzy has turned into a carousel, as we'll talk about later.
The running back carousel is absolutely insane. I feel for guys like Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter who haven't slept in the last 30-plus hours.
Yeah. I will let them do all the overtime work and then just read their notifications in the next morning.
Right, yeah. That's why I have Adam Schefter turned on notifications on Twitter. And I just get them all night. It was like last night, I just kept getting notification. I was like, damn, Shefty, well done. Well done. You think he does cocaine?
Absolutely. That industry is a must. Yes.
Sometimes, like, I guess some parts of the year, you got to do a little bit of blocaine.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just strung out on Adderall or something, but you got to be doing something.
I think Adderall is what he's, like, daily prescribed to. Whenever it's a moment like this where he's got to go into overdrive,
right?
He's got to do some cocaine.
Exactly. You can't just rely on Celsius or Red Bull. That's not going to get you through the night. Sorry, bro.
That's weak shit.
Yeah, you're not trying to be up writing a 10-page paper due the next day for college. Sorry. This is the NFL that we're talking about. You're talking about millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, you're not studying for college. This is the pros. This is pro journalism.
Exactly. You've graduated, bro. This is the big leagues now. You know what? Let's go ahead and get to that carousel. We'll just go into the NFL free agency right off the bat. What we're going to do is we're going to play a little game, and because there's so many running backs that have been just basically transferred throughout the entire NFL, we're going to go through each one and see whether the team upgraded or downgraded.
Yep.
And we'll give our takes on that. I think we should start probably with the number one, I think, running back signing, and that is not Saquon Barkley, in my opinion.
Okay.
Not Saquon Barkley. I think the greater value is Derrick Henry going to the fucking Ravens.
Okay.
Because I think that an already really, really fucking good team just basically vaulted themselves up to the Super Bowl level that they weren't at last year.
Well, I feel like this has been the missing piece. And it's not that they haven't had good running backs. It's more of like the superstar running back that we haven't seen on the Baltimore Ravens since Ray Rice.
Yeah.
I know, it took me a second.
But here's the thing. I know Derrick Henry's old. I know he didn't perform as well last year as he usually did, but he still performed well. And I think a new change of scenery, especially on a team where he could possibly get a Super Bowl, that is going to reinvigorate him. He is going to he won't have his best season, but he's going to have a Derrick Henry-like season next year. And as per our game, an upgrade from Gus Edwards.
Oh, definitely. Yes. So definitely an upgrade from Gus Edwards. I mean, sorry, Gus Edwards. No knock on you, honestly. I like him as a back. It's just, honestly, you don't even need a complimentary 1-2 back with Derrick Henry because he's the Thunder. Derrick Henry's the Thunder, and Lamar Jackson's the Lightning.
Exactly. Dude, oh my gosh. I honestly, the Ravens, I'll probably end up betting on them again this playoffs, even against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
As weird as that's going to sound.
The good pitch, or the good thing was for the Ravens, they actually could do that Super Bowl pitch because, I mean, this deal, 2 years, $16 million, only $8 million a year, that's a pretty good bargain.
Yeah, for Derrick Henry. Again, I know he's old, but if you look at his stats last year, yeah, he slowed down a little bit, but it wasn't by that much. He was still one of the top backs in the league.
Yeah.
I know he's starting to break down a little bit. Again, I think a new city, new team actually have Super Bowl aspirations. Think this will reinvigorate him because at Tennessee he was not. They weren't going anywhere.
No.
They were not going to win the fucking national or the Super Bowl. They had Ryan Tannehill, and then they tried Will Levis.
Well, I was about to say Tannehill got hurt, so he's even if he just has Lamar Jackson healthy for the entire season, I mean that's 10 times better.
Right. As long as Lamar Jackson doesn't have to take a shit mid-game,
yeah,
they're going to be good.
Yeah, he should definitely make it if it's superstitious, if he makes it superstitious or not, like a routine ritual right before the games to take an absolute, banging shit.
Just blow up the toilet.
Yeah, just take some laxatives. Just make sure that you can, completely empty yourself out before you go into the game.
Not too many, though.
Not too many.
Because you don't want to be clenching your butt cheeks, running into the tunnel in the middle of the third quarter.
You know what? Drink some coffee. It'll be a win-win for you. You get to shut your brains out, but also get some energy.
Perfect. Let's get to Saquon Barkley to the Eagles. I love this shit. It's juicy. And you know why I love it? It's because it's not in the NFC South. Saquon Barkley to the Eagles.
The NFC East rival.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm like, as a Saints fan, I'm going to circle the Eagles versus Giants games on my calendar to watch just because it's going to be must-see TV. I guarantee you the Eagles-Giants is going to be on prime time, even if both teams suck.
Fox has to be like
salivating
in this type of or this matchup.
100%.
The ratings gonna be through the roof.
The Eagles definitely upgraded. I think we should probably just get that out of the way.
Yeah, but not as much as I think people think it is.
How so?
I mean, both are injury prone. DeAndre Swift is a very talented back.
You are so on the DeAndre Swift train. It's great. I know. I love how much you love DeAndre Swift, and he's a Georgia running back too. So you automatically have that going for you.
Did you know he had over 1,000 yards rushing this year?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Just on the ground, not in the air?
Not receiving, not total yards, like just rushing yards.
I don't think I knew that. That's a good stat. That's good.
That's why I said I don't think it's as much as everybody says it is. I think we just compare it to like the hype around Saquon Barkley, but Saquon's only really had one good year.
Mm-hmm. No, and honestly, this is going to be a controversial opinion, but I think the Eagles, like, even though it is an upgrade, technically, I think the Eagles are going to ruin Saquon.
Ooh.
I think they're going to absolutely, like, he's going to just be put in a grave.
Tiki Barber is going to like that. He's already dead to Tiki Barber. He's already in a grave, according to Tiki Barber.
Okay, Tiki, you and me, bro. That Saquon Barkley will be no more after this year.
Wow.
Eagles are going to destroy that man.
Hot take.
Yeah. I don't like this move. I like it in the sense that, like, I'm going to watch both those games this next year. I don't like it for Saquon Barkley at all. Not even a little bit. I think it's going to destroy him.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you agree that the Eagles upgraded?
Yeah, upgrade, but not by much.
Not by much?
Yeah.
You should have just said they didn't upgrade.
I know. I could have been spicy on that.
Yeah, that would have been.
I could have been spicy.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so new look Saquon.
Let's put it this way. If DeAndre Swift wasn't so injury prone, I would have said it was a downgrade.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. Let's go Josh Jacobs to the Packers. This is juicy. I loved this one. I'm a big Josh Jacobs fan. With that being said, I also really like Aaron Jones. Also, with that said, I'm going to go with the Packers downgraded.
Downgraded.
Yes.
Wow.
That's how much I like Aaron Jones.
Okay.
And I think Josh Jacobs, I don't know if he's going to have as good of a year as he has in the past. I think he's kind of might start his downhill trajectory. And I think Aaron Jones is going to keep going where he's at. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah. I actually had even. I didn't say they didn't downgrade. I didn't think they upgraded either, because this is my take on it. Josh Jacobs is a younger running back than Aaron Jones.
I know that.
I think 3 years younger. Josh Jacobs 25, Aaron Jones 28.
Yeah.
Something around there. So, but I think the thing with Josh Jacobs is moving on from Aaron Jones to him is that you lose a lot of the receiving ability that you got from Aaron Jones.
Agreed.
And you do not get that from Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is, I think, right now in his career, is a better running back than Aaron Jones as far as a runner goes. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, when you don't have that ability to be able to offset defenses where they can just hone in if Josh Jacobs is in the ball game. Plus, another thing, I'm a big complimentary guy. He doesn't compliment A.J. Dillon at all. They're both the same backs.
They are both the exact same backs.
Yes, they're straight line, down the middle.
Jordan Love is not going to have any idea who's in the backfield.
Yeah.
He's not going to know.
Exactly.
He's just going to be like, is this Josh Jacobs or A.J. Dillon?
And that might be where they want to go with the offense. I don't know, but
maybe they're trying to trick the defense.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's even. I think
even?
With that receiving ability that you lose out from Jones,
yeah.
I think that's going to be a key loss on that.
I agree. I think, like I said, I think it's not going to be by much, but I do think that they kind of downgraded. I would have liked Aaron Jones on that team more than Josh Jacobs.
Yep.
All right, let's get through a couple of these. Austin Eckler to the Commanders, washed up. The Commanders are in the rebuild phase. They got him for cheap.
Yeah. I think it's still an upgrade.
Oh, it's an upgrade.
From Antonio Gibson.
I agree.
I like it's kind of a cheaper price and a 1-2 punch with Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I agree. I like the move. It's because you get some veteran leadership, and it'll probably help out what I assume will be a rookie quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I like it. Tony Pollard to the Titans, that's a downgrade. I mean, I like Tony Pollard. I think he's still got like 2 or 3 more really good years left in him. But yeah, how do you follow up Derrick Henry?
Yeah, it's no fault of Tony Pollard.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe if he had a better year, this would be a little bit closer. But
I blame Jerry Jones for that, not or Mike McCarthy for that, not Tony Pollard.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't blame the Titans because Brian Callahan, the former offensive coordinator at the Bengals, new head coach at Titans, he's probably viewing Tony Pollard as his Joe Mixon.
Yep.
They're similar type of running backs, so I'm sure this is the direction he wants to go with him and Tajay Spears in the future, but still, it's a downgrade.
I agree. DeAndre Swift to the Bears. Even with his injuries, I think it's a little bit of an upgrade. Right?
Yeah, and mostly I think that's because they didn't actually have to lose a back. They didn't actually lose their starting back. They still have Khalil Herbert and Rashawn Johnson.
And neither one of them are like that good. But they still an upgrade.
Yeah.
Let's see. Devin Singletary to the Giants. Let's call a spade. That's one of the bigger downgrades of the running back free agency frenzy. Right?
Yeah, because
are they going to go with Devin Singletary, or are they going to try and get somebody?
You would think that they would try to draft somebody, but why would you give them a 3-year, $16 million deal?
That's not very much.
It's not much, but it's 3 years. Like
That's a backup running back salary. So I think they are trying to go for somebody in the draft. That's what it sounds like.
It would make sense, but yeah, this is obvious downgrade.
Oh, obvious downgrade. Gus Edwards to the Chargers. My favorite part about this is you go from Harbaugh to Harbaugh.
Yeah. And actually, I said it's an upgrade because I don't think Austin Eckler was Jim Harbaugh's type of back.
I agree. And Austin Eckler is old. He's old, and he's in his decline. Gus Edwards is still I think he's 25?
I don't know if he's that young, but
I thought Gus Edwards. Hang on, I gotta look this up. Gus Edwards, age 28. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. Okay, so he is kind of old. I still think it's an upgrade.
Does that change it a little bit?
No, but I still think it's a little bit of an upgrade. Yeah, no, it's a downgrade. Never mind. I take that back. Now that I know he's 28, I thought he was 25. I went into this thinking he was 25.
No, I think it's still an upgrade because, like I said, you're not going to get the type of production from Austin Eckler like you will from Gus Edwards in Harbaugh's offense.
Which one?
Jim
Harbaugh.
So confusing.
No, I like that. I really thought Gus Edwards was way younger, but it is crazy how 3 years for a running back is that drastic.
Yep.
Antonio Gibson to the Patriots. They still have Ramondre Stevenson. Honestly, I don't care about this one.
I was going to say even. It doesn't do anything for me.
It does nothing. Yeah. Okay. Joe Mixon to the Texans. This is one of those running backs where I thought that like everyone was down on him when I still think he has 1 or 2 great years, like really good years left in him.
He's the one that's the most surprising for his age, or that he is his age. Yeah, he's 27 years old.
He's not that old. He's not as old as people think. Like it feels like he's been in the league forever.
I think he has been in the league for quite some time.
Because he came out his junior year out of Oklahoma, right? And dude, he's still really fucking good. If you look at his stats from last year, he performed really well.
From the 2017 draft, so at least 6 seasons.
6 seasons. Yeah, so he's been in the league for quite some time. Joe Mixon is very good. The Texans are stocking up, dude. We'll go through some of the pickups that the Texans had, but I love this. I think it's a giant upgrade.
I think it's an upgrade too, but like at what cost? I don't know what the trade was. It's still undisclosed on the draft pick. I don't know. I just feel like he might have been released with everybody else being released, unless they did this trade and knew that they were going to get Zach Moss beforehand. Mm-hmm. This already was just a bam bam type of play.
It was okay. So it was kind of a 3-way trade,
sort of in a way,
but not technically a 3-way trade.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, this is what we're probably going to get if you do. We're probably going to get Zach Moss if you do this.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Because I have a feeling Mixon was not on the table, but Texans came in and was like, hey, we'll give you a deal. Right. Like, they weren't going to release Mixon on his own, and then it was like, okay, well, let's see if we can get Zach Moss in here, and if we can, all right, maybe they're probably going to draft somebody.
Wheel and deal with, yeah, exactly. That's how 3-way trades work, I guess. Let's see. Let's go ahead and that's a good segue. Zach Moss to the Bengals.
2-year, $8 million. That looks like a bridge guy for a draft guy.
Yep. And Zach Moss actually is pretty good. He looked decent on the Colts last year. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
I just think the Bengals are going to reach in the draft.
Probably.
They're going to do a big reach for a running back.
You're right. That gives big reach feels.
Yep. And I'm going to drink whenever they do.
Okay, good.
always drink whenever it's a fantasy draft or an NFL draft. Always drink for a reach.
Always drink for a reach. That's a classic. Aaron Jones to the Vikings. Obvious upgrade.
Yes.
Obvious upgrade.
Dropped Alexander Mattinson.
Yep. You still all right? Our philosophy still stands. Always have Mattinson because he's going to go be a backup somewhere else, and wherever he's a backup, that starter is going to get hurt.
You know, some players, like referring to the NBA, were just meant to be bench players. Mm-hmm. Mattinson was meant to be a number 2, come off the bench.
Yeah, just like those Luke McCown, he was meant to be a backup quarterback.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford.
Yes,
6th man of the year.
6th man. He just meant to come off the bench.
Manu Ginobili.
Yeah. Well, he was a 6th man for a while, but he started for a while too.
I mean, he did, but he was really good as a 6th man.
Yeah, he was.
He loved that position.
He was a great 6th man. Some people thrive off the bench.
Yeah, James Harden for a while.
Yeah, that's right. OKC, he was the 6th man of the year.
Yep.
Let's see what else I got. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all of the running backs. I mean, Nyheim Hines to the Jaguars, but who cares? Right? Yeah, exactly. They got Trevor Etienne. They just got a backup, and the Bills lost the backup as well. So what? Yeah.
Hines is getting older. He's like, I'm going to move to Florida. I'm going to vacation.
Exactly. Why the fuck wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Jackson, why do you think Calvin Ridley doesn't want to leave? We'll get to that, but why do you think Calvin Ridley doesn't want to leave?
Yep.
Sunshine, beaches, and babes. Okay? That's why. All right. Let's get through let's roll through some of these free agent acquisitions. Starting with, we'll just go in chronological order. How about that? Baker Mayfield, 3-year, $100 million contract, $50 million guarantee. Good for Baker. Good for Baker.
Keeping the Baker Mayfield Mike Evans marriage.
Yes, Mike Evans is back too, and I guess the folks at Tampa think they can win more than one playoff game next year.
I feel like they do what the Saints do typically, and they have tunnel vision.
I think
they only really see like the end of the season and saw that, hey, we made the playoffs and we were playing some good ball at the very last 2 games of the season. We beat the Eagles.
The Eagles were the worst fucking team in the league.
Again, it's I guess what is it? Not tunnel vision.
On paper, they were good.
On paper, yes. That's what they're looking at right now. They're looking on paper.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, we did really good. Let's just continue that. That's what we should do next season as well.
Again, good for Baker. He's had a go of it. Like I think his time, like how he left Cleveland, not himself, but his towards the end of his career in England or in Cleveland. I don't like it. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It left a bad taste in my mouth. And then he kind of fought back. He went to the Rams, and then and then Tampa, right?
Yeah, something like that.
He fought back, and now he's got a $100 million contract, $50 million of it guaranteed. Good for him. I guess is he feeling dangerous again? Sure. Let's see. What's the next one? Oh, the big one of the biggest news of the weekend. This was Sunday evening. Russell Wilson to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
It's a weird vibe. I think it's a weird vibe.
How so?
I just think because it gives you like that stepdad feeling. Like he just comes in and like the Steelers don't really want him there, but they have to accept the fact that he is there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's just it's kind of weird. Like I'm sure they love Sierra, but it's one of those things where like they don't want him there, but they have to accept it.
Yeah, because basically Broncos are just paying them to have him there.
What was it? 1 year, $1.2 million for Russell Wilson?
Yes, but Broncos are paying up to what?
Oh, I know what the Broncos are paying.
Yeah, they're paying
they're paying a lot of money this year for Russell Wilson to play football not for their team.
$37.8 million, which equals up $39 million, which is the 13th highest paid quarterback for next year.
To not play for your team.
To not play for your team.
It's incredible. I love the way the NFL works, and I love the way that the Broncos are getting fucked. But we'll get to that later. All right. For my Steeler fans out there, Russell Wilson looks good in the black and yellow. Have you seen him with the jersey?
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
He looks pretty good in the black and yellow. I'll give him that. You know, I don't know how he's gonna play in Heinz Field. He might like Heinz Field.
He
I
might.
mean, Seattle. It's not really. They're both like ridiculous football fans.
Yeah.
You know, they're outdoor stadiums. Heinz Field's a little colder. Maybe not as much rain.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think him and Mike Tomlin are going to butt heads or be best friends? Because I think it can go one of either way. I don't think it's going to be in the middle.
Well, if we've known anything about Mike Tomlin and head cases, he's actually handled them very, very well when it's all said and done.
True. This is true. But this is a different head case. Russell Wilson's a different beast, but the same animal, to quote Kobe Bryant.
Then AB and Le'Veon Bell.
See, but those are actually crazy. I think Russell Wilson's a different type.
He's a celebrity.
He is a celebrity.
Like he's got the celebrity mindset. I'm not saying like he actually is a celebrity, but he's got the celebrity mindset.
Well, so did Antonio Brown, kind of. I don't know. You're right. You know what? Him and Mike Brown might be the perfect marriage.
Mike Tomlin.
Or Mike Tomlin, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Mike Brown.
Another head coach. Another sport.
Another sport completely. My brain's kind of been shifted to the NBA recently. I've been the NBA's kind of like, especially the Western Division. We'll do a little bit of NBA talk, but the Western Division's tight. It's fucking tight. Nobody wants to be in that play-in game.
Nope.
Anyways, let's see. Anything else about Russell Wilson to the Steelers, dude?
I don't think it's going to be the end of Pickett like people are saying. I think that's a little...
What do you mean?
So I've actually seen some articles out there, and it's like, this is the end of Pickett's era. And I'm no, I don't think they're bringing them in to replace Pickett. I think the thing is they're trying to either push Pickett or, then if he's better than Pickett, start him, for a year.
I think they're going to start Russell Wilson and then let Pickett learn. I think they threw Pickett in way too early.
Yeah.
Pickett should never have been a starter his rookie year. Never. No. Honestly, there's that draft. There shouldn't have been a quarterback taken in the first round of that draft.
Yeah.
He was the first one at number 20?
24.
24, yeah. And he should have been picked in the second round. That was just a bad quarterback year. And the Steelers are just trying to they were I don't know, they needed a quarterback.
I think they were pressured for the hometown kid.
Yeah. He did play for Pittsburgh, so yeah, we'll see how Russell Wilson does in Steel City, baby.
It'll be interesting.
It will. I'm actually looking forward to watching it. One thing I'm not looking forward to watching is Kirk Cousins in Atlanta.
Nope.
That was a bummer for me because Atlanta, as much as I hate the fucking Dirty Birds, they are just a quarterback away from being really fucking good.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Okay. Let me hear it. They did sign Darnell Mooney, by the way, who is a great wide receiver, who's a really good wide receiver.
Is he, though?
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
He played for the Bears, dude. What the fuck are the Bears going to do besides ruin offensive players?
Yeah, but we've seen DJ Moore actually excel. Darnell Mooney was supposed to be like the guy, and he dropped everything. He was Mr. Drop Hands, drop everything. But I don't know. I hate hating on Darnell Mooney because he came out of Tulane. But
yeah,
I think they overpaid for him. I don't think he's a $13 million a year wide receiver.
Agreed,
I'm sorry.
Agreed. No. That's a great contract. If you're Darnell Mooney.
If you're Darnell Mooney, yes. Yeah. I think that's a great contract.
Amazing contract for Darnell Mooney.
Because what did he do at Bears? He didn't do much.
No, he didn't do very much. I agree. DJ Moore wasn't actually a really good wide receiver, actually.
Yeah.
But I think he just played better once he left the Bears, and I think that's what Darnell Mooney's going to do. You see what
there's that possibility. Yes.
Yeah.
There is.
The Bears just ruin offensive players. I'm not even going to say just quarterbacks, because they do ruin quarterbacks. The Bears ruin offensive players in general. If you want to play defense, go to the Bears.
Yep.
It's going to be great. You're going to have a great time.
I don't know. I feel like all the blame was shifted on the coaching staff for Atlanta, and I think there was other problems within that organization as far as within the team than just the coaches. Mm-hmm. And I mean Drake London, yeah, I mean he's a good talent, but he still hasn't gone superstar status yet.
He hasn't. No, you're right. You're right.
Kyle Pitts.
I think people are elevating him to superstar status just because of his draft stock, of his draft hype, of his talent and abilities.
Yeah.
But you're right. He has not performed on the field superstar status.
Which I think he has more of a chance of doing that than Kyle Pitts.
Agreed.
And
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts has just been complete hype his entire career.
That's it. And they got rid of Jonnu Smith, so they're all in on Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
That's fuck Kyle Pitts, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think this makes them a playoff team because of the situation of the NFC South, and I know that's what they're trying to take advantage of.
Yeah.
But I don't think this makes them a Super Bowl caliber team.
Agreed. I agree. I don't think Kirk Cousins will. No, nothing against Kirk Cousins because my next point I'll get to. Nothing against Kirk Cousins. He's just not a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
He isn't.
But you know what he is? He's a money-making quarterback.
He is a money-making quarterback.
4 years, $180 million. They gave him $50 million to sign a piece of paper. Bro, this man, whoever his agent is, needs to be rewarded with a pot of fucking gold on St. Paddy's Day this Sunday.
Isn't this career earnings for Vikings and Atlanta, if he finishes out his career at Atlanta, $400 million?
$400 million.
Jeez. For a guy who's only won one single playoff game.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins. I hate this move, not only because it's to Atlanta, but because I actually started to like Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
As soon as I started to like Kirk Cousins, he goes to the Falcons. Now, I have to spend the next, how long? 5-6 months?
Yep.
Just warping my brain to hate him.
And burning every chain that I have in my house.
Dude, fuck the chains. Fuck Kirk chains. Fuck Kirk Cousins. I'm starting it right now. You know what? I'm going to start hating Creed because of Kirk Cousins.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Man.
I gotta establish some roots somewhere, man.
And that's a guilty pleasure.
I know. I love Creed too.
I mean, guilty pleasures reside deep.
I know. Fuck. I have to hate Kirk Cousins now.
Yep.
You know how bad that sucks.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins is not an easy guy to hate.
No, he's not. He's actually an easy guy to like.
Yeah, he's all American dad.
Yeah.
With family and kids.
And he's I've seen interviews with him, he's an easy guy to talk to.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. All right, I'll figure that out when I'll figure that out in the next 6 months. Let's see. All right, let's rattle off some next ones. T. Higgins requested a trade.
I think that's a bad year to do it.
Yep, bad year.
Wide receiver draft class is stacked.
Terrible. Michael Pittman staying in Indy. Good for Indy. He's a great fucking wide receiver. I don't know what he's going to do there, but good for Indy, I guess.
Yeah, if I was Indy, I would have tried to go on a little bit longer of a deal, but 3-year deal, I mean, you secured him.
Yeah, you got him. Demario Davis stayed in NOLA. 2-year, $17.25 million contract, $13 million of it guaranteed. Thank God. He needed to end his career in New Orleans.
Oh, absolutely.
And he deserved it. Dude, he played so well last year.
Yeah.
I get angry at some of the Saints fans down here in South Louisiana because they're obviously, for good reason, they're out on this next year's team because they hate Dennis Allen. We don't like Derek Carr. But they shit on the defense too. When Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, that secondary, our defense has played their fucking asses off. I'm sorry the offense can't keep up. That's not their fault.
Yeah.
Demario Davis deserves to retire a Saint. He is amazing. We also signed Tyrann Mathieu for a 2-year extension. Good. They're all really good fucking players. You can't expect your defense to be on the field most of the game and perform lights out every fucking possession.
Yep. I would say this, great for the extension for both of those 2 years. I think you start drafting their replacements because those are guys that you want to mentor the next younger guys that you and bring them up to speed because they'll play just like them.
I want Tyrann Mathieu. If I get rich enough, I'm gonna get Tyrann Mathieu to coach my kid.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's I want the Honey Badger coaching my kid.
It'll be all over the field.
Exactly, or at least mentoring him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Gabe Davis to the Jags. 3 years, $39 million, with the chance to up it to $50 million.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And
that's also the same deal that Darnell Mooney got. Put that in perspective.
Okay, that does put it in perspective.
Yeah. I mean, Gabe Davis at least had a little bit more production.
Again, I did admit that it was a good contract for Darnell Mooney. Yes. Yep. Yes. Now, and the fact that Calvin Ridley wants to stay, I don't know. I don't really know how to process that. Maybe it's just something about being in Florida.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to go to the Patriots, who has the main interest in him.
That is true. The Patriots have expressed great interest in Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
You go from sunshine and beaches to cold and Robert Kraft.
Yes, and completely new coach, probably new quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, definitely a new quarterback. They got rid of Mac Jones.
That's true.
Yeah. So they're probably going to go with, Drake May or Jaden Daniels, whoever they get in the draft.
I think they're favoring Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Possibly.
Good for them. I want Jaden Daniels. I wanted him to fall, but didn't. Yeah.
Nope, he's not falling.
Whatever. Jeffrey Okudah to the Texans. Texans vamping up. I think that's a good signing. He's not as good as he was supposed to be, but I think that's good for the Texans.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's great for him too, because
agreed.
Going with a good, talented, up and coming Texas defense, I mean that could elevate your game, and he's got the talent to do that.
Yep. Xavier McKinney to the Packers, 4 years, $68 million, secured the bag.
Yep. I don't know what the Giants are doing, but
I don't know what the Giants are doing either. Xavier McKinney's nasty.
Yep.
He's so fucking good. And honestly, that's good for the Packers. Dude, the Packers, they're such a good organization. They do so well. They're building around Jordan Love. They're making sure they get both sides of the ball taken care of. They got him help with Josh Jacobs. And yes, again, I'm on an island here saying that Josh Jacobs was not an upgrade, but they're doing so much to help him out. They're all in on Jordan Love, and good for him.
Yep.
But yeah, well, I don't know what the Giants are doing. Gardner Minshew to the Raiders, 2-year, $25 million contract, $15 million guarantee. Is he gonna start?
No, they're drafting a quarterback.
They're drafting a quarterback. Okay.
Yeah, because Gardner Minshew is the ultimate backup now.
I don't want him to be though.
I'd love to see him get another shot.
I mean, 2-year, $25 million to be like $12.5 million to be a backup. That's not bad. Marcus Davenport to the Lions. The fact that we drafted him in the first round, he will forever be cemented as like a good defensive lineman in my brain. But I think it's good for the Lions. You just beef up that fucking already great defensive line.
Fun fact, he reunites with Dan Campbell.
How so?
Because Dan Campbell was the tight ends coach for the Saints.
When he was drafted?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think the timeline matches.
Oh.
I think it's been about 5 years since we've drafted him. Because we did not pick up his.
I think it was in 2017, 2018. Marcus Davenport. I had such high
2018.
Yeah.
Was the date he got drafted.
I don't know when Dan Campbell left the Saints, but yeah, good for the Lions. I think that adds depth. That adds depth to the Lions. Let's see. Oh, dude, did you see Brian Burns?
Oh, that's the one move I was like, okay, Giants. That was not bad.
Yeah. 5-year, $150 million contract. That's the max deal. 87.5 guaranteed.
Just think about this. How scary is that defensive line?
Hold on. Brian Burns. Dexter Lawrence. Kayvon Thibodeau.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
That's insane, dude. That is insane.
I will say, it does remind me of a couple of years back when Washington signed all their players.
Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and who else did they have?
In the middle was, the Alabama defensive lineman.
I can't think of it.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They had actually 2 Alabama defensive linemen.
Yeah, that defensive line, like on paper, was should have been one of the best of all time.
Yeah. New Orleans Saints, 2016 to 2020.
Okay, so yeah, they cross paths. Okay,
Yep.
cool, nice. Dan Campbell and Marcus Davenport reuniting. Good deal. Good for Brian Burns. I mean, he deserves it. He's fucking nasty. He's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Josh Allen contract restructured. For the Bills, creates $16.7 million in cap space. They're learning from the Saints.
Yep.
Good job. Jacoby Brissett to New England. Nice. You got a backup for $8 million 1 year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, New England. Tyrod Taylor, same thing to the Jets.
Yeah. And Jacoby Brissett actually goes back to New England.
Back to New England. Right. Yeah. Javon Kinlaw staying with the 49ers. That's huge. Huge. Javon Kinlaw. I love.
He's actually at the Jets.
Oh, I thought he was staying with the 49ers.
No, he's actually at the Jets.
No shit.
Yeah,
I
think he was apparent he was going to stay with the 49ers, but then made a last-minute deal.
Last-minute decision?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah, Javon Kinlaw agrees to terms with the Jets.
With the Jets? Oh, the Jets are all in. Good. I mean, as they should. I
mean, they still have Aaron Rodgers unless he becomes vice president.
That is true. I mean,
Can
you be vice president and quarterback of the New York Jets? I think that might be the answer, right? That might be the answer to the New York Jets' problems.
They just need a vice president as quarterback?
They need a politician.
A politician?
You go from a Broadway star, Broadway Joe, to a politician.
Well, somebody that can handle the media.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
the New York media.
You have to be able to, like, Broadway Joe was the media. Like he was basically everything the media wanted.
I mean, and presidents do go and play golf quite a bit of times.
A lot.
So, I mean, just sub that out for football.
Mm-hmm.
And the vice president. I mean, the vice president, they're just there if the president dies to take over, right?
Right. Unless you're Dick Cheney and then you just go shoot people.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I don't see Aaron Rodgers as much of a mobster.
Yeah, but no, he probably drugged people.
He could drug people.
No, Dick Cheney accidentally shot somebody. That was an accident.
They'll probably... Oh, that was an accident.
Apparently.
Apparently, yes. But they'll probably want Aaron Rodgers to play football so he doesn't drug people as the vice president of the United States.
Okay. But Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, smokes crack. So they like drugs in the White House.
It's a very confusing matter. That's politics.
That's politics, baby. All right. You made me lose track. Let's see. Sam Darnold to the Vikings. But just why?
Revival of Sam Darnold's career.
No.
They're drafting a quarterback.
The Vikings are drafting a quarterback. Do you think they might try and trade up? That would be juicy.
They probably will, to be honest with you. They probably will.
Like, what if they tried to crack the top 3?
That's a big trade.
It is a big trade. Marcus Mariota to the Commanders, 1 year, $6 million, basically to be a backup to whoever the rookie is. Or maybe, if they are smart, start Marcus Mariota for like we have preached on this show. Start Marcus Mariota for the first 6 games or so. Let him suck. Then let the rookie come in. So that way, there's not as much pressure on the fucking rookie because you're already 0-6.
That's very true. You set yourself up for a good draft pick, and then the rookie gets to know what not to do on the field, as Marcus Mariota will demonstrate that.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like I said, if you let Marcus Mariota start the first 6 to 8 games, he's going to suck. He's going to go 0-6, 2-6, 1-7, whatever the fuck it is. You allow your rookie to come in. They have no expectations of winning anything.
Mm-hmm.
Their expectations are so low for your rookie fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
Dude, I have it figured out. I don't know why they try and just start the rookie right off the fucking bat. Obviously these guys are stupid talented, but the difference between college football and pro football, it's huge. The guys on defense in the NFL are so much faster.
And a lot smarter, too.
And a lot smarter.
No offense.
None taken. But, there's a giant difference, and you need that time to acclimate. I digress. Anyways, Mike Gesicki to the Bengals 1 year, $3.25 million. I think he's on his way out.
Yeah, that looks like an on your way out type.
On your way out type of thing. But I think Burrow will be able to use him perfectly. I think it's going to be great.
He'll like him.
Yeah. Especially because they got rid of Irv Smith Jr., which is a good segue. Irv Smith Jr. to the Chiefs. Good. They need to figure something. The fact that they won a Super Bowl with the receiving core that they have. Obviously, Travis Kelce's getting old. They need a little help. A 2 tight end set for Mahomes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think we're still relying on the hype of Irv Smith. I think his time's gone. I think they're doing this as a low end veterans minimum type of deal, just to see if they can get something out of him. Mm-hmm. It's a win-win situation for Kansas City.
Yep.
I don't know.
And that's the mark of a well-run organization. Drew Lock to the Giants, 1 year, $5 million. I don't understand that one either.
I'll laugh if he starts at this season with over Daniel Jones.
I'll laugh with you.
Yeah, I think that'll be funny.
Kenny Moore stays with Indy, 3 year, $30 million. He's the highest paid nickelback in history. Good for him.
I thought Chad Kroger was.
Good deal. I'm so glad you did that. Well done. All right. Patrick Queen to the Steelers. This is the big fucking news. Honestly, this might be one of the biggest non-quarterback news in the free agency frenzy.
Yeah, which I don't know if it was an actual coincidence, but it looked like it was a direct response from the Ravens signing Derrick Henry.
It might have been. I just don't. I don't know why you don't keep Patrick Queen. He was like the focal point of that defense. Like a lot of that defense ran through him.
Yeah, I mean they got some good players on that team, and he was a very essential part of it. I don't know. I agree. I thought he was a monumental part of that defense as well.
Yeah, you keep Patrick Queen, and then apparently he's pissed off because he went to the Steelers. And anyone who plays in Baltimore knows that's a no-no. Unless you're fucking livid.
Probably. And that might have been some of the issue there. They might have actually had some just locker room issues with him. Just some conflicts that he wanted out and they wanted him gone. So no matter how good he was on the field.
I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, but
dude, the fact that he's going to be on the Steelers, that's going to bolster that Steelers defense. Like, I mean, all right, in Fantasyland, picture Russell Wilson working out. And then they have TJ Watt, that defense, Patrick Queen introduced. Watch out.
I will say the biggest win of that signing probably had to be Lamar. So
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, so Lamar actually sent out a meme, or he sent out a tweet with a meme that stated the quote from Tiki Barber, "You're dead to me, Queen.
Yeah.
You're dead. Good luck. You're dead to us." Mm-hmm. So.
Oh.
That was a big win for Lamar Jackson.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Big win.
Well done, Lamar.
Big W.
All right, you got anything else on the NFL?
I think we went through quite a substantial amount of it.
45 minutes of the NFL, dude.
Yeah.
And we probably could have talked longer about it, if I'm being honest.
We probably could have just devoted the entire episode to it.
Yeah. All right, NBA. Karl Anthony Towns out indefinitely. Torn meniscus. I have torn my meniscus before. It's not like the worst injury. It's more of a nagging injury.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks.
Apparently, the latest update on the injury report is he's out at least a month.
So I think more than likely what that means is he's going to be back for the playoffs.
Yeah, but they'll probably have to take his time, especially with him being a bigger man.
Yeah, but he's such an important piece of that team. Like, you've seen how they've performed since he's been out.
Oh, I'm not saying that he's not going to rush himself to the playoffs, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough because the Timberwolves, they were great. That Ant-Man block, did you see that block?
oh yeah, where he hits his head.
Dude,
Yeah, that was insane.
that was awesome. That's like an all-time block.
Yeah.
That's an all-time block. The Timberwolves, they were number one in the West, man. They were doing so well. It does kind of suck. As a New Orleans fan, I'm kind of glad, though.
Well, yeah, especially being in the West. But I'm going to say this is going to be a test on how really good they are.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, whenever you can face some adversity like this, where a player is out for some time, I think this is where it's going to test the reserves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even the starters. That's going to have to take on more.
Who is that? Chris Finch. Finch is the coach.
Yeah, I think he's the new coach. Yeah,
he's the coach. We'll see how Finch does.
yeah. He's gonna have to make adjustments too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. This could decide like how far they go into the playoffs.
Yeah,
I
this
think.
actually could be good for them. There's a silver lining there.
Exactly.
You're right. So Ben Simmons is out for the year.
Was this a planned injury?
I didn't know he wasn't out for the year. I went through this entire season thinking he was out for the entire year.
And
this was news to me that he wasn't going to play. Like he actually had a possibility of playing.
And I'm pretty sure he actually did play, but then he got injured, and he's now out for the year. So that's why it prompted me to say, was that a planned injury?
It might have been.
Yeah.
We need to Ben Simmons' physician and his agent need raises.
Need raises, right?
Because he has been paid millions of dollars to do nothing.
Yeah. Because I had this reminded me of the story. I had a work buddy that was like messaged on the group message and said, hey, I'm going to be out with COVID tomorrow. And I was like, wow, I didn't know you could schedule sicknesses. And I think this is exactly what Ben Simmons did, was he was just like, hey, guys, I'm going to be out. I'm going to come in. I'm going to play 2 games. I'm going to be out with an injury for the rest of the season.
Damn. I need to take notes.
Need to schedule sicknesses.
Schedule sicknesses.
Yeah. That's the new way to do it.
It's a new thing. Okay. All right. I'm going to schedule the flu. I'm going to schedule the flu for 4th of July.
Okay.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm going to have a cold on St. Patty's Day too.
You know what? I'm thinking kind of around Memorial Day. Or wait, what would be a good one?
Labor Day.
Labor Day, yeah.
We'll do Labor Day.
Labor Day, I'm going to schedule strep.
Strep? Okay. All right.
Definitely
cool.
don't want to be around anybody.
No. Yeah, I might get AIDS on Christmas.
AIDS on Christmas.
Yeah, that might be a good one.
Okay.
All right. No, schedule your own sicknesses, dude. Perfect. That's a new thing. Last thing I had is Trey Murphy is on a heater. I fucking love Trey Murphy. He is throwing up wild points for the New Orleans Pelicans.
No, he's been on a straight heater. And actually, I think he just is still used to college where, in March he goes off.
Yeah.
So his stats from the past 3 years, 2022, and actually he wasn't really getting much minutes this year, but he ended up going off 8.8 points per game in 46% from the 3-point line. 2023, 18.7 points per game, 45% from the 3-point line. In 2024, so far, 24 points per game, 54.5% from the 3-point line.
March. He is March.
He's stuck in his March Madness mode.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need. We need people to step up right now because we are in that 5 to 6 range.
Yep.
And we do not want to be in the play-in game.
No.
Nobody. We cannot play Dallas, Sacramento, Golden State, or the Lakers.
Yeah, that sounds like hell.
I don't want to play either one of those fucking teams.
No.
None of those. Dallas, Luka can go off for a dirty-ass triple-double like he did.
Or 73.
Or 73. Sabonis having an even better year this year than he did last year. Golden State is actually turning it up. And the Lakers have LeBron James. And they're playing absolute great ball. don't be in the playing game. That is
not.
That is the 7th layer of hell.
Yep. In the West.
You got anything else on the NBA?
That's about it.
All right, college basketball. You hear this? You hear this? This is not the March Madness bracket. This is the conference tourney bracket.
For the SEC.
For the SEC, yeah. Oh, this is an SEC podcast, bro. SEC podcast all day. All right. Real quick, I pretty much I know what's gonna happen. I have hope, and this might be false hope because my brain keeps going back to when we beat Kentucky and South Carolina in a row.
Okay.
It was South Carolina then Kentucky, but we beat them in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can beat anybody in the SEC.
All right.
Like starting with the first game, LSU versus Mississippi State. We're going to beat Mississippi State. We're not going to lose to Mississippi State again. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
That was very embarrassing. So, let's just go through some of the bigger games.
Okay.
So Arkansas Vanderbilt, Arkansas is going to win. It'll be Arkansas South Carolina. That's going to be a big game, right? I think so, and I actually think that might be an upset. I think Arkansas might pull it off.
Yeah, you can't rule out Eric Musselman.
The must bus.
Definitely during the conference tourney. He does really, really well. So, yeah, and honestly, they played their ass off against Alabama just recently.
Yes, they did.
Which I don't understand Alabama's position, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yep. Nothing against South Carolina. I think Arkansas might beat them. Let's see. Georgia, Missouri. Who cares? Ole Miss, Texas A&M. You got Texas A&M, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Chris Beard might turn it up. I am a big.
You think so?
I'm a big Chris Beard fan. I don't think he's got obviously the players that he needs at Ole Miss right now, but especially tournaments like this, like good coaches come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Let's see. We'll have the winner of Georgia, Missouri versus Florida. Florida's going to win that, right?
Yeah.
Florida's going to win that. So it'll be Florida versus Alabama. This is going to be a tricky one because everything in me wants to take Alabama.
I'm going to probably take Alabama.
Right. But I just think Florida might be able to pull it off. I'm going to go Alabama. So we're going to go, what, Kentucky versus A&M or Kentucky versus Chris Beard?
Let's go to Kentucky versus A&M.
A&M? Okay. Kentucky's going to win. It didn't matter.
I think so.
Then let's go South Carolina versus... Hang on.
Who do we have? Arkansas?
Arkansas, Auburn.
Arkansas, Auburn.
Auburn.
I'm surprised Auburn is a plus 240 to win the tournament. This is FanDuel odds.
Why are you surprised? Should it be higher or should it be lower?
Probably should be lower chances, lower odds.
Okay.
Just I don't know. They're
so they should probably be like Kentucky plus 400.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I mean, Kentucky's a number 2 seed. They're plus 400.
Yeah.
Alabama's number 3 seed. They're plus 500. Why is Auburn plus 240?
Have they been playing good ball? I guess.
And they got to go through Tennessee.
Well, here's my thing. Rick Barnes always chokes around the mid part of every tournament.
Yeah, but Tennessee's a plus 175. They're
That's
the best
fine,
odds.
But it's Rick Barnes in mid part of the tournament. They're destined to lose in the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8.
I don't know. I think they'll connect this time.
Ha! Nice. All right, so let's go LSU versus Tennessee. As much as I want to pick LSU, I think Tennessee's going to win.
I think so, too.
So it would be, what, Tennessee versus Auburn?
Tennessee versus Auburn.
What? I mean, are you going to go with the odds? I guess the odds say Tennessee, but it's pretty close. Auburn, Tennessee.
Give me Bruce Pearl.
Bruce Pearl. Let's go. All right, Bama versus Kentucky. I'm going Kentucky.
I was going to go Bama.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, Kentucky is on a heater right now.
I know, but Bama, if you play Bama speed, Bama will win. is going to throw up points. They're going to throw up
So
threes.
will Kentucky. Kentucky is
I know,
known
which is
for
why
throwing up points.
Alabama beat Kentucky just recently.
I
It was a heater of a game. I mean, it was 115 to like 94.
Kentucky too. Okay, I agree. I guess Kentucky kind of lives and dies by it.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is it's like Alabama, if you play up to their speed, they seem to do well. But if you slow down the game, kind of what happened in the tournament last year when they were really supposed to win it all, if they get to a team that plays a slowed down pace type of style of play and plays good defense, you can get tripped up.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess what that means. So for me, it would be Kentucky versus
Tennessee,
and I'm picking Kentucky. For you, it would be Alabama versus Tennessee.
I'm going to go Tennessee.
So you think Tennessee's going to win it all?
Yep.
That makes sense. That's a good prediction. They are Tennessee's playing great ball right now. They're so good.
They are good.
They're so good.
And I know you're knocking on Rick Barnes, but that's more on the March Madness tournament rather than the SEC tournament.
Agreed. I can agree with that. It's one of those things that, like, I guarantee you Tennessee is going to do amazing this year, and so will Purdue, and I'm going to bet against them in almost every opportunity I have.
Gotcha.
I think Purdue is actually going to come back with a vengeance. You know, I mean, Virginia lost to a 16 seed and came back and won the national championship the next year.
Yes.
So Purdue lost to a 16 seed. Are they going to come back and win the national championship this year?
I won't be betting on it because they
me
failed
neither.
me last year.
Oh yeah, they're the sole reason you lost in the first round.
Yes, and why there's quite a substantial amount of people that are voting yes that there should be a punishment if your champion loses in the first round.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, there should be a punishment. Agreed. I agree. Yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to college basketball. We're more SEC biased because we're giant LSU fans. So apologies to anyone out there listening if you're ACC, Big East, or anything else, Big Ten, I guess. But yeah, no, college basketball in March, there's nothing like it. This might be some of the best fucking basketball you'll ever watch.
Oh yeah.
You got anything else, brother?
I think that's about it.
All right. We will see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Later.